David always had God in the forefront of his mind. I want to go over two stories. One of them is about Goliath, how everyone was horrified about Goliath, but they were just like, no, my God is bigger than Goliath. I am not worried. And David went to him with stones and killed him, stones in a slingshot, and killed Goliath. And another one story I want to talk about is when David was, I think, hiding out from the Philistines because Saul wanted to kill him, and the Philistines went to war. And the Philistines went to war against Israel, and they didn't want David to fight alongside them because they didn't trust him. They're like, you are an Israelite. How can we trust you when we're going against your people? You're going to backstab us. So David goes back to the town he was residing in, and it had been raided. It had been burnt to the ground, and his wives, the wives of everyone and all his men had been taken, and his men were even talking about killing him. But David didn't fret. He didn't get scared. He came to God first and foremost and sought guidance. Like, God, should I chase after these men who stole our wives, our children, our cows, our cattle, our pigs, everything? And God said go. But what I got out of this is that even in such dire needs, truly imagine like your family and loved ones either being killed or taken. You don't know what's going to happen to them. Some people, a lot of people, I think, would just chase after them blindly. And in a way, I think this can be good, but it can also be bad. You don't know what's truly going to happen. So I think this showed me that David showed in the book that regardless of what comes before him, good or bad, that he always sought God and his wisdom first, and he followed and obeyed the word of God. And this level of humility and being humbled, always putting God above himself, is, I think, the key difference between Saul and David. Where at some point, Saul, I really don't think saw himself beneath God. He almost saw him on the same level, and which is why he trusted himself and his word and his judgment and his wisdom just as much as God, to be like, God commanded me to do something, but I'm not going to obey. David, on the other hand, was always like, I seek God for everything. Even when I think something is right, when I should do something in my time of need, in my time of glory, I seek God first and foremost. And so this is what I really got out of First Samuel, and it was really powerful to see just David's humility. It was the main thing I got out of it, and something I'm working on, which is just including God and my relationship with God in every aspect of my life and trusting in God first and foremost.